Welcome to the Biathlon Integrity Unit's guide on understanding and managing conflicts of interest. On behalf of all members of the International Biathlon Union, the Biathlon Integrity Unit is here to protect the integrity of biathlon, ensuring the highest standards of good governance. It will support you with any questions or concerns you have regarding conflict of interest matters. Becoming an IBU official comes with great responsibility. Your fundamental obligation is to act for the good of biathlon, not for your personal or business interests. This means you should never unfairly benefit from your position as an IBU official. For many of us, conflicts of interest can occur, and it's crucial to identify and manage them appropriately. A conflict of interest may exist if another person feels an IBU official's personal interests could be favoured over their IBU duties. A conflict of interest might happen when it looks like an IBU official's personal interests could come before their IBU duties. Let's look at an example. Meet Mary, who works in the procurement department of the IBU. Mary is responsible for sourcing services like equipment suppliers and transportation for biathlon events. She also volunteers for Biathlon Buddies, a non-profit organisation promoting biathlon at grassroots levels and collaborating with many of the same service providers. Mary is in charge of selecting a transportation provider for the upcoming biathlon season. Biathlon Buddies has a long-standing relationship with Rapid Transit Co. Through her volunteer work, Mary has developed friendly relationships with executives at Rapid Transit Co. Even if Mary believes she is objective, her connections with Rapid Transit Co. can lead to a perceived conflict of interest, compromising the procurement process's integrity. So how do you know if you have a conflict of interest? Here are 4 things to consider. Think about your personal or outside professional interests. These include financial interests, relationships with family and friends, and connections with IBU sponsors or community groups. Consider your IBU duties. Review your role description and the tasks required by the IBU, always acting ethically. Check for connections or overlaps. Determine if there's a link between your personal interests and IBU duties. Consider facts, appearances, and perceptions. The perception of a conflict can be as damaging as an actual conflict. Consider whether a reasonable person might perceive a conflict. There are 2 common mistakes to avoid. First, forgetting that a conflict arises when a personal interest could be favoured over IBU duties. Second, not disclosing the conflict. Seeing ourselves as ethical can make it hard to acknowledge potential conflicts. So how do you declare a conflict of interest? The Biathlon Integrity Unit is here to support and advise you. Disclosures should be in writing, timely and accurate. It takes just a few minutes to protect yourself and the integrity of biathlon. Remember, an IBU official who takes advantage of a conflict of interest for personal gain is likely engaging in corrupt conduct. Concealing or understating a conflict is dishonest and also constitutes corrupt conduct. Once you disclose, the BIU will advise on managing the conflict and you're expected to cooperate. To summarise, remember these key points. Conflicts of interest occur when personal interests could be perceived as favoured over IBU duties. If you conceal or take advantage of a conflict of interest, it could be corrupt conduct. Disclose your conflict of interest and follow the advice to manage it. Protect the integrity of biathlon. Identify, disclose, and manage conflicts of interest. Thank you for your commitment to our sport's highest standards.